Hello, 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 it is me, Lauren Cadillac, aka OG Cadillac, aka Mother of the Decade, coming to you live. Hello, everyone. Hey, Tall Glass. Hi, K-Way. Hi, Hippieista. Good morning, Goddess. Good morning, Ashley. Aha, welcome. Welcome, Nene, Torta Mom, Free YSL, Alex, Sunday Dollar, Squeaky Chair, Ty, good morning, Red Bunny, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Alda, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Please do not forget that I have been demonetized by YouTube, so if you would like to share any funds with me, please do so through Cashapp. Good morning, Cherry. Hey, Kay, welcome. Demonetized. So, I kind of feel like it's a badge of honor, honestly. Hey, Spud. So if you are interested in contributing to the channel, I greatly appreciate it if you do it through my Cash App. Thank you. Good. Thank you. Every year, I go to a seminar in December. It used to be around December 12th. Now it's around December 3rd or 4th, called the Property Tax Institute. I go because I do property tax protests. This is a seminar in which the folks who work at the CADs are educated. This is their CLE. So this year was like no other. I'm just like every other. I'm headed to College Station, which is the home of Texas A&M and a state-sponsored cult, if you ask me, but whatever. So go to there. Of course, on Monday, the sentencing of Sarah Boon goes on, and it lasts forever. So I missed the actual sentencing part on my live because I have to travel to College Station. And then I get to College Station, and of course, on Tuesday, the trial I've been following for over a year of my life has a verdict. And I'm in College Station. Just my luck, man. Ugh. Thank you, Cherry. Thank you for your contribution. I appreciate it so much. How could this be? So, I'm in this seminar. I'm listening to these people speak about the Texas economy and blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking on my phone, and lo and behold, here comes the verdict. Just my luck, y'all. Just my luck. But at least it gave me something to talk about with you today. So, we got that. All right, let's watch this together. Honestly, I didn't go back and watch it or anything. So this is actually my first time, really, because I was in the seminar and I paid a little bit of attention, but I wasn't truly paying attention. So we're going to do this together for my first time, really. All right. We will talk about, once we get through this, the other defendants and what's going to go on with them. So here we go. Here we go.
All right, good morning, everybody. We have a verdict.
This was so brief and succinct. There was not a lot of pomp and circumstance behind it, which I kind of thought was a little disappointing.
We have two verdicts. And I do not want there to be any kind of disruption or disturbance in court, regardless of what this verdict is. So, can we get the jury out, please?
Man, I wish I got to see their faces, Love, and was that a Prada tie? It is. That must be his lucky Prada tie. BT Dub. Hold on. Let me go back 2 seconds here. Right here. Y'all, can you see my mouse? Okay. This is a location of staples that are in Yak's head because he was stabbed on Sunday night. So that's 2 for 2 on the defendants. That's 100% of the defendants left in this case have been stabbed at Rice Street. I mean, look at this. That's awful. He's going to be scarred for life, obviously. All right, here we go. Love the gray. Don't love the Louis shirt. Look at Doug with his arm. Okay. Oh, Doug's so sweet. Kind of the best face was Shaquille's.
All right, thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I understand that you all have reached a verdict. Mr. Foreperson, is that correct? All right, and was it unanimous? All right, and this verdict has been filled in and signed and dated by you, correct? Or for each defendant. All right, and I noticed that Mr. Kendrick's verdict form is dated December 2nd. Is that because that's when you all reached the verdict with regard to him? Okay, and then Mr. Stillwell's is dated today. Okay.
Yeah, I had a feeling they were doing one defendant at a time.
All right, Mr. Kendrick, you have been found not guilty on all charges. You have been found not guilty on all charges.
I get it. I'm sorry, I got it.
You have been found not guilty on all charges.
It's like, as he was standing, she was saying it, it didn't process until he...
You have been found not guilty on all charges.
Listen, beautiful.
Mr.
Beautiful.
Stillwell.
Look at Doug's face. Look at Doug's face. Hold on. Look at that face. Look at that face.
Stillwell.
That is a proud face, as it should be.
Please stand.
Weird that she didn't ask them to stand.
You have been found guilty on count 64, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and not guilty on every other charge.
Max's face, dude. It's Max's face.
Guilty on count 64, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
You see, he's like, oh, okay. Guilty on 64. You can kind of see in his eyes. Watch that.
Guilty on count 64, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. And
okay, you see that little breath of disappointment. Like, okay.
Not guilty on every other charge.
I don't want to cry on TV.
So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are officially released from further service, and I cannot express the degree of thanks that Fulton County owes you for your service. Given the length of this trial, you have paid close attention this entire time, and I appreciate your devotion, as I'm sure do the
Look at
parties
those.
in this
Look at,
case.
wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 staples. You can actually see the staples. Can you imagine? This man is less than 48 hours away from walking home free, and he gets stabbed in the head. Get out of here. Morning, love.
You're welcome to stay for the sentencing, or you can return to the jury room. I would like to speak with you in just a moment in the jury room.
Amazing.
If you all do want to stay, you're welcome to stay. Is there any objection to the form or the legality of this verdict?
I know, tall glass, me too. I'm tearing up. It's so
From the
beautiful.
defense. All right. All right. Is there any reason that we can't go ahead and sentence?
Nope. Let's do it.
You may.
Okay, judge wants to do sentencing right now. Like, can we do sentencing? Sure.
Or for Mr. Stillwell is going to be 10 years to serve 2. Or for
Hold on, because this is kind of...
this is A and C recidivist. That means that...
Okay, here we go. I do like Nikki Hilton's suit.
All right,
I'm not going to
so-
lie.
Are we going to go ahead with sentencing? Is the state, I know the state had filed a recidivist notice. Do y'all intend to stand on that? All right. So the recidivist is A and C recidivist. That means that I have no discretion but to sentence.
Look at this hug. Okay, so the state has said we require the recidivist, which is like some mandatory sentencing thing.
To the maximum on that count.
Okay.
And the sentence possibility is 5 to 10. I must sentence to 10 years. However, I can probate any part of that sentence at my discretion.
I love that. I'm required to sentence 10 years, but I can probate any part of that sentence as I want to.
And so the court sentence on count 64 for Mr. Stillwell is going to be 10 years to serve 2, with credit for time served, the balance served on probation.
Look at Max. Look at Max. Look at Shaq. Oh, God, I'm crying. I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
Time served, the balance served on probation.
Look at Shaq's face. Look at Shaq's face when he
Time
processes
served,
it.
the balance served on probation.
You see his face? He's like, he processes it. He's shocked. He covers his face. Look at Doug. He's like, okay, yeah, we did this. Ooh, I'm not crying. I'm not crying, y'all. I'm not crying.
All right,
Look at
I
that.
am going to recess.
And Miss Weaver's there to take him out. I mean, it was beautiful.
Recess for a moment, and we will reconvene on the status conference in a few minutes.
Okay. So they come back.
To start over, because we're not taking any of this down. I can't see around all of my various computers to see that she wasn't down there. She did tell me she was running out though, so that's my bad.
Miss Love told her she was running out. Miss Love and Miss Hilton disappeared. They went off, I'm sure, to cry. I'm sure they were off crying.
All right, so the Rule 22 was filed mere minutes ago, which is why I didn't have any notice of it. What I am looking at, I would like to record proceedings that commence tomorrow. So the only, and that's from Atlanta News, which obviously would not cover today. And it was forwarded to our public information.
Today, that was essentially a time served offer to who's been in custody for 18 months. We have asked for a slight modification to that offer. I would really like, if possible, because I will go into legislative session today.
Sure.
It's holidays and Eve. This is close to a time served offer. I would like some consideration to perhaps get this offer done today. If the state feels like they can do it, I know Adrian is gone. She's left Mr. Hadi here, but I have been texting with her.
Okay, and that's fine with me, and I'm here.
You know where Adrian is? You know where Adrian is? Crying. In a bathroom. Crying. Not the kind of crying we just did. The sad kind of crying.
Here all day, and I'll willing to entertain
So funny.
anybody's offers. So
Okay, so Paige's like, let's get these offers going.
okay.
But I think if your honor is available this week at another time, if there's a court appearance that we could do, whether it be via Zoom, to take a plea. It sounds like the time is not the issue, it's the specific charges.
Okay, so, and I would assume all of the attorneys know what the pleas were for Mr. Nichols, Mr. Huey, and Mr. Ryan as well. I can certainly be available tomorrow if you will recall our discussions at the bench.
Okay, so basically the judge is like, all of the remaining defendants are now aware not only that these people got off on the jury verdict, no RICO charge, nothing, but of all the plea deals everyone took getting to this point. So now that these defendants and this prosecution know that no jury is going to believe them on the RICO shit, maybe the prosecution wants to rethink their offers and come back, you know, keeping in mind the other pleas and so on. Okay, so that's what she's saying. Because she's like, y'all lost your asses. You lost Diddy lost. They lost so bad. They lost so hard. It hurt me. I couldn't imagine. I would never take a case that I would lose like that. I can't even believe in the beginning of this, I was saying, why are they taking on 7 lawyers? Like, who is dumb enough to take... If I had the ability to have all of these defendants one by one, I would take them one by one, because me against one other lawyer, that is a perfectly fair and easy fight. But me against 7 other lawyers, no, that sucks. That's hard. That's a lot of work. Okay, so who is the guy who was in the car with Shannon Stillwell at the light where the jury just found that Stillwell did not shoot Shamel Drinks? Who is the man that was in the car with SB? Because I don't remember. Yeah, Goddess, we're talking 7 phenomenal lawyers. I'm not doing it. I'm not trying to go against 7. 1 against 7 sucks. Okay, who's the kid who was in the car with SB at the Shamel Drinks shooting? Hi, Factual Eye. What is his name? Not Nichols. Is it Nichols? No. Okay, whoever is in the car with SB was charged in this indictment for Shamel Drinks' murder. Miles Farley. Thank you. Thank you, G-Delk. Thank you. Miles Farley was in the car with SB. Now, Miles Farley, my understanding, everything that brings him into this, everything that attaches him into this indictment is related to being in that car. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Miles Farley is in the car, and that is how he got charged in this indictment. My understanding is this is the only charge in this indictment. So now that the prosecution sees they can't win, they can't prove Shamel drinks is, Miles was with Nichols, Demekion, Garlington was in the car. I thought Demekion was in the car next to him. Because wasn't Demekion the one that they were wiretapping? Wasn't Demekion Garlington the one who they're wiretapping? Farley was in Nickel car. Okay, well that's weird because remember SB told Garlington on the wiretap, he said, well, they could test the thing and they won't get anything. So why would he say that if they're in the car together? Why would they say that if they're, but why would he have that conversation with them if they had been in the car together? Garlington, okay, so Garlington's with SB. Okay, so is it Garlington that is involved? Hold on. Is it honestly? This is if I am if I'm a juror, like look how hard of a time we're having this. No, this guy. No, Miles Farley right here. Look right here. Hold on. This is Miles Farley. Miles Farley is his lawyer right here. Don't remember this kid's name. This kid took a whole fucking charge. This lawyer got arrested so that this defendant could be separated. Okay? This lawyer, I'm never going to do that. I'm a good lawyer. I'm going to zealously advocate, but I ain't catching no case for my client. Okay, so this little guy right here, Anastasios Menendez, is with Miles Farley. Anastasio Menendez brought some pills to the courthouse that he had a prescription for, but he put them in like a generic bottle because he knew that they would arrest him. But he knew it was legal, right? He has the prescription for it. So he puts it in a generic bottle because he knows that they're overzealous and they'll arrest him. But he also knows I have the prescription for this, so that's a very easy defense, right? Show up with the prescription, charges drop. So this kid goes and catches an entire case for his client. The defense attorneys in Atlanta are amazing. They're phenomenal. All right, so this dude catches a case for his client, and Miles Farley, who is pretty cute, you're not wrong, Gazi. He's too young and skinny for me, really, but I do dig this hair. My man is hotter, though. Anyhow, Miles Farley, this whole involvement is related to the Shamel drinks. And now that the state knows they can't prove Shamel drinks, they need to decide, are we even going to keep Miles Farley? Or they're just going to drop all the charges. I'd be dropping the charges. Okay, Miles walked into the gas station. SB faked like he was going to hit him. Afterwards, Miles returned to Nichols' car. They charged his dose and he had CPL as old, so he put a... Yeah, I know, Alda, that he got arrested on purpose. He did that for his client so that his client's case could be separated out. That's big, yo. That like, you got Brian Steele almost going to jail for his client. You got this little Anastasios Menendez going to jail for his client. I ain't doing it. I ain't going to jail for nobody. Farley's a college graduate and this is the kid Oh, okay. So Farley is the make slime great again, right? Oh, okay. Hold on. Make American slime again. Oh, make America slime again. All right. So, Miles Farley's like a regular ass person, huh? Dang. Let's see what's up. Miles Farley is the first defendant to receive bond. Okay. And he only got bond because he has a lawyer that is willing to go further than I ever would. I'm thinking like, well, maybe if my client was my child, but then I don't think so. Shart thought he was going to go to jail. Adams thought he was going to go to jail. All these people were willing to go to jail for their client. I wanted you to know, like, I am willing to go to the ends. I'm going to fight hard for my client, but I ain't going to no jail. I ain't going to jail. I don't get paid enough to go to jail for people, so you would have to pay me more. So much more. I have heard that people are talking about, I wonder if the judge will reconsider the Monktunk based on all of the facts here and, that these guys were let off. But I don't see that because to me, Paige, her thing on Monktunk was that he essentially lied under oath. That's essentially it. And he kind of did. Somewhere he lied. So I feel for him. There's no doubt. I feel for him, but I don't think there's going to be a new decision on the judge who, I don't think she's going to just decide, we'll let Monktunk out. To me, it feels like she feels like he lied in the court. That's my thought. I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, Brooklyn, you said how so as to what? How so as to what? Okay. I'm glad you guys like my laugh. Someone asked me if they could send me some kind of gift or what I wanted for Christmas or something. I went ahead and made an Amazon wish list if you are interested. She didn't care what live she was upset. He was making a joke out of the courtroom. That's what I think, Kaylee. I believe that the Monktunk issue to Paige is that he lied in her courtroom. He committed perjury right in front of her. And I think you have to send a message as a judge that you're not gonna, that's not gonna fly. Like, if I'm a judge, I know you perjure yourself in front of me. Yeah, I'm putting you in jail. Putting you in jail. Period. Purred. Don't come to my courtroom and lie. That would be unpleasant for whoever came and lied. Okay, if y'all were one of my members before my membership got,
we expected to learn.
You got to see a clip of me in this judge's court, and I'm going to play this for you. So there's this huge controversy here in Dallas over the juvenile courts, and it went into this judge's courtroom. This judge, he's the one I shared a video. He scares the crap out of me.
Today about records of children in Dallas.
But this judge just put someone in jail for not following his orders, as he should.
After allegations that some were held in isolation for improper periods of time. Commissioner Andrew Summerman sued the county juvenile department for access to those records called observation sheets. But Fox 4's Sean Rabb reports the juvenile records dispute is still not settled.
The hearing today was supposed to decide whether County Commissioner Andrew Summerman could get 90,000 observation sheets, records of juveniles in the juvenile detention center. The judge, Eric Moyer, did not rule on that today because of another investigation taking place.
The Texas Juvenile Justice Department ought to be able to proceed unfettered for a definite period of time.
Because
I'm not gonna lie to you. Part of the reason I think Judge Moyer is so scary is because he's kind of good. He's super good looking to me. Okay, so what was happening is there was some juvenile court director. This is the juvenile campus, and the courts. This is like the jail part, right? You could tell because of the little windows. The courts are over here in this part of the building, okay? And like somewhere in this building or over here was like the administrator's office. He never went to the jail to check on anything. I don't know. It's ridiculous. And these are juveniles.
Judge Eric Moyer pushed pause on the hearing to decide whether Commissioner Andrew Summerman,
Do you see that look he does? That look is so scary.
the juvenile board, gets documents he's seeking. 90,000
So
observation
basically,
sheets.
they wanted all these documents so that they could do an audit. But these are juveniles. And so when we do juvenile court in Texas, you physically have to walk your paperwork in. Like there's no, like we are protecting the juveniles. So this was just an interesting dispute going on in Dallas where I was familiar with the judge. Thought I should just share that with you because, you know, our YSL trial is pretty much over. What I think is going to happen is I think a lot of charges are going to get dropped. I'm hoping Miles Farley's charges get dropped because he didn't seem to really do anything besides try to capitalize off of someone else's brand, which to me is exactly what which is exactly what our government and our society encourages. We are a capitalist society, right? Steve Jobs just stole other people's shit and made it better. Like everything that the iPhone did, my Palm Pilot did, besides play music and call people. So it's not like he was some, he invented the calendar, you know, but he just took someone's idea and made it better. That's what Miles Farley is doing, right? Miles Farley is taking an idea and improving it or capitalizing on it. I'll just say that Moyer looks like Uncle Phil. Look, that man is tall, dark, and handsome. He's like 6'1". He's like 72 years old. My man kind of resembles that, but my man is, you know, not yet 40. And I'm like, ooh, if my boo looks like that. Ooh! Okay. So, Miles Farley is out here capitalizing on the work of others, which is like the most American thing you can ever do, in my opinion. And of course, they are locking him up, right? So, I believe now that we have this verdict, and now that we have all of these plea deals, that the state hopefully takes a kind of wider, broader view and says, what do we really need to do here? What can we do to actually be impactful? Who is actually guilty of a crime? And who is actually guilty of hanging out with people? And that's that. So, hopefully we see the state reorganize in that way. Hopefully we see Fonnie Willis going, oh, okay, that didn't work. And, you know, maybe deciding not to kind of run down wild goose chases. Oh, Alda Good says they've already dropped charges on 6, last I've seen. Makes perfect sense to me. Makes perfect sense to me because you've shown already that you can't prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. So why even bother trying? right? Why even bother trying? If you know you can't do it, why bother trying? It's like, I know for a fact that I cannot lift a 100-pound weight. Why would I even try? I know I'm going to get injured. I know I can barely lift like 10 pounds. Why even try? But I don't know. Fani seems very interested in wasting taxpayer time and wasting taxpayer dollars. So who knows? Maybe she might waste more of Fulton County's time and money and try going down this wild goose chase with these other defendants who she cannot prove did anything. It's crazy. Yeah, Goddess, you're only going to see... Oh, no, did my earring break? It sure did. Oh, bummer. You're only going to see the state talk after a verdict if they won. So, yeah. You guys, I would be surprised. Honestly, if I was Miss Love, I'd find a small rural county in Georgia. Go hide there. I'd change my identity for the most part. Damn it. I'm going to fix that. I mean, I would be the shame, like, to publicly lose that way. I wish we could have seen their faces, but there's only one camera in the courtroom, right? And so it's more important, I think, to see the defendants and the sigh of relief than it is to see the prosecution lose, you know, although I would have loved to see that. Oh, God, I would have loved that. To be a fly on the wall. Brooklyn, I am taken. I'm just not blind. Adam, yeah, a body had taken her place. Hey, Brownie. Hey, Purple Paradox. Good morning, everyone. Glad to see you all here. Yeah, a body had to come in and take her place because it was clear that the jury didn't like her. And, you know, the jury, I guess, has been out. Some of the jurors did some interviews, and then I saw that they maybe started their own YouTube channel or something, which is great. Good for them. If I had been one of those jurors, every night when I got home, I would have been madly typing what had happened that day. Oh, we did this, and this, you know. But yeah, the jurors said they were happy to have Whitaker because finally, they said when Glanville was there, they never knew what was going to happen day to day. They'd have weeks off at a time, but they couldn't plan a trip because they might get called in. You know, that's such a pain in the ass. So everyone was glad to have Whitaker. They did say that Love did not come across well. They did not like the attitude that came out of the detectives. I mean, we're all watching the same thing, right? So we were like, this is not good. You know, this is not good. They are feeling that too, even more. No, Alda, I did not see Juror 408 interview with Dennis Byron. I didn't. Like I said, I've been at the seminar. It's been crazy. Miss D. Williams said that Lil Rod is writing a book, as he should, and I hope he wins out his appeal, because those two ladies that were defending him in this courtroom, they completely destroyed the entire premise that kid was present when the other kid was taken. So, I mean, that was, and they made it look like light work. They made it look like light work. Crazy. I did hear rumors that the alternate juror, one of the alternate jurors, wished they had been found guilty and would have worked for that. So, good thing that alternate juror didn't make it. Poor preparation is poor performance. You're right, Tall Glass. That's exactly what Glanville kept saying, except he was blaming that on the defense. It's so weird. No, Alta, she was totally pro-state, and she would have never considered anything else. And so luckily, she was dismissed as an alternate juror. It appeared to me that most of the jurors, at least the ones that I saw, were pretty young. So that's good too, because older people tend to just kind of assume that the government is right, and I've talked about that. But the older people are often gonna side with the state because they think, oh, the government's not gonna go after people who are not guilty, but that's stupid, and they do. So, I think the juror was bitter that she was there for a year and wasn't a juror. Yeah, that jurors expressed their disappointment because Love didn't even bother to visit the jury room after the verdict. Well, who cares? Someone said she didn't even know he was live talking to her. Oh, this juror. Okay. He told Love the day she was doing all that screaming about her evidence getting excluded. Oh, he told her one time. Hey, Anthony, welcome. Oh, great question. Thank you. So, and I want to touch on it now before I let you go today. First of all, Sarah Boon. Let me go back to Sarah Boon. Those of you that watch my Sarah Boon videos, thank you. That woman, she zipped a dude in a suitcase, her dude in a suitcase, and let him die, even though he was screaming to her, I can't breathe, help me. She will be spending her life in prison. So the sentencing hearing took for freaking ever. All this evidence was put on, everything. And the judge just said, you are sentenced to life. That fast. It was just like Whitaker. It's just cut and dry. Hey, Enye. So Sarah Boon is now going to spend her life in prison. We're obviously going to see appeals come out of her camp. I do not think she will win. I really was a little surprised because I thought she was only going to get, 22, 25 years, but nah. Yeah, Alda. Yeah, they were playing hide and seek. Yeah, right. It's crazy. She zipped them in the suitcase. They unzipped the suitcase during the trial, unzipped the suitcase during the trial, and it took them like 20 minutes. And they were outside the suitcase. So how anyone would think that inside the suitcase you could get out is just crazy. Okay, so the Sarah Boon case is over. She will be spending her life in prison. Oh, God, yes, Clifton. Yes, Ghazi. She gets on the stand talking about, oh, all my scars have healed, but where I was stabbed. And, Jorge is a lesson for me to be stronger and to say things sooner. And, it was sick. It was sick. She's so gross. Yes, there is parole in Florida, factual lie, but she won't get it. Honestly, before she got up on the stand, I thought she was going to get 22 to 25 years. But when she got up, it was like, oh, I still have a scar from being stabbed. Oh, my God. Jorge's mom gets up. I was crying. She's crying. His mom's crying. Sisters are crying. His children get on. They're crying. This hoe has the audacity to talk about, oh, I still have a scar. Well, you know what? He's deceased. I would prefer as a mother that my child have a scar than not be alive. Mm-hmm. So she's nuts. She is nuts. Well, CJ, she did murder him. He screamed to her, I need help, let me out, I can't breathe. And she was like, fuck you. Crazy. The lady who ran, I don't know who that was, all dead. But okay, so Sarah Boon is over. We are most definitely following P. Diddy and his whole criminal son, all of his criminal offspring. So Diddy 3 times, not once, not twice, but 3 times requested bail, and all 3 times was denied. On the 3rd time, the judge said, look, I might be interested in giving you bail, but there was a raid on your cell, and your lawyers came in here and asserted that every notepad on the notepad said legal. And so that the prosecution talking about what's on these notepads is a violation of this. And I found out that those notepads did not say legal. Your lawyers lied to me. Oh, and by the way, I have evidence that from inside your jail cell, you have been trying to manipulate potential witnesses. You've been using your children and their social media outlets, and you have been using third-party calling, and you are threatening people. So no, you lied to me and you threatened people you aren't leaving. You lied to me, you threatened witnesses, you can just sit here in jail. And that's that. That's his third federal judge to say no bail, no bond. Third time the charm, yo. Now it is my understanding that one of Diddy's sons either has a lawsuit or some criminal charges about, the same behavior his father was displaying. Apples don't fall far from the tree, do they? Crazy. Of course he asked for a private laptop in his jail cell. This man, my understanding is that he is walking into this federal courtroom with a fucking smile. He's walking in like he's going to walk out. He's nuts too. Him and Sarah Boon suffer from the same mental disorder. Narcissism. I mean, it's crazy. Crazy. So we're following the Diddy trial. We're definitely following that. He's totally screwed. He's going to jail for life. The lawsuits keep coming. And this shit is prolific. We were talking as soon as that man became famous until today. Like, prolific men, women, children coming out. And it's all the same. Oh, they hand me a Coke. I didn't want to drink. They give me a Coca-Cola. I didn't want this. They give me this. I wake up with my pants at my knee and I feel this burning and I turn and this whole man is inside of me. Disgusting. Disgusting. So I'm definitely following Diddy. Karen Reed. She is going to have a new trial. So I believe there's something going on at the appeals court. I don't know what it is, but I think she's going to end up getting a new trial. I'm also following YNW Melly. Too many letters that look the same to me. And his, I think today is the day the show cause is due, so we should have an update on that soon. Okay. Who else should I be following? Oh, Brian Koberger, the guy from Idaho, he was in college in Washington and he drove over to Idaho and he took the life of those 4 students. I'm following him as well. I told the Sarah Boon people, there was a hearing and the judge said that Koberger is going to in fact face the death penalty, which in the state of Idaho is a firing squad. So I'm definitely watching that. That's crazy. Yeah, Alda Melly is trying to get out with the judge, is asking for a reason why he's not out because it's been 7 years and he has not been convicted of any crime. So he needs to move forward. Oh yeah, Brownie, I could definitely follow Lil Durk. Lil Durk's a fucking idiot, but I can follow him. That guy bought 2 commercial airline tickets, like one to Italy, one to Switzerland, and then also booked a private jet. Okay, like that's not obvious. He's going to be in jail forever for the rest of his life. Melly there's going to be a show cause to see if, why is he still in jail? Because it's been 7 years. He hasn't been convicted of a crime. So this seems very illegal, very unconstitutional. That's supposed to be today, I think, the hearing for that. Yes, this is in 2024. He's been in jail since, I think, 2019. Maybe before that. It's been forever. And he had a whole trial. And then they had a hung jury because the state did not prove beyond a reasonable doubt. Then, after that trial, the judge highly limited the state's evidence. And the state is doing what we call an interlocutory appeal. And I have a video on appeals if you want to learn about that. So the state is doing an interlocutory appeal about all the evidence the judge excluded. And that's what they're waiting for before they get the new trial. So should he be sitting in jail during this time? No. Did he most likely kill his friends? Yes. Can the state prove it? Also, I don't think so. So I don't know. Hopefully, we'll see. Hopefully next week I have an update for you. As we approach the holidays, of course, it gets really busy for lawyers because all of a sudden everybody wants to settle. Everybody wants to solve problems all of a sudden. So I will be around. I will come every Friday at 10 a.m. and we will do updates, and I will continue to watch. We'll keep an eye on Karen Reed. We're going to watch Lil Durk. We're going to keep up with Diddy. We're keeping up with Melly. The Idaho guy. If there's any cool or interesting ones that come up in between, holla, okay? I really am like, what am I going to watch all day? Because for the last year, I've been having, I've been having YSL. Are you following the manhunt for the killer of Brian? No, I haven't heard about that, Brooklyn. That sounds interesting. I'll go look that up and see if I'll follow it. I was like, what am I going to play aimlessly in the background? I need to find stuff. So please send this to me. Let me know what I should be watching. Let me know what you're interested in me following. Let me know what you're interested in hearing my thoughts on. Okay? I'm happy to share. I want to keep going. I love y'all. Y'all are great. I mean, we have like our little chat. We have the best chat on the internet. So I want to make sure. Oh, yes. So let me talk about that real quick. Thank you, Brownie and Brooklyn. Here's the thing. If you are being paid $23 million a year, and I and my family are paying for this insurance, and I or someone in my family gets some kind of cancer, and you deny coverage, and I die, I could imagine that someone in my family might want to take that out on you. I don't know. Also, I've been watching Day of the Jackal on Peacock. If you haven't watched it, you should, because it's great. But it kind of looked like a professional hit, didn't it? I'm having a very difficult time conjuring feelings of empathy for this man. 50 is too young, certainly. Oh, Torta, I absolutely think it was his wife. Hands down. I was watching something on Law and Crime about it this morning, and I was like, oh, it was his wife. Apparently, there had been some recent threats, which if I'm his wife and I want him out, there's some recent threats, now's the time. Very professional, I agree. 100%. If you watch that Day of the Jackal, like this looks just like Day of the Jackal. This is professional. So it's either his wife, oh, and they're not living together, there you go. So it's either his wife, or it's somebody whose family was paying for insurance coverage, and these mofos decided, no, we're not going to cover it. And then that person's family came back and said, F you. Now, if I'm the wife, and I know there's threats, and I know he's a dick, so I know nobody's going to have any sympathy for him. Everybody's had their insurance denied coverage before, so nobody's going to be too sad about it. I don't know. It's kind of perfect. But obviously, she's going to be suspect numero uno, right? So, that's going to be interesting. There's going to be the Torta Mom. Okay, so if you go watch Day of the Jackal, the way the times would be known is if this is someone who has an insider with like his secretary or something, or his wife. I mean, it's kind of like either or. It's either this professional hitman that was paid because of a competitor or something along those lines, or his wife. But I don't see any room in between. Oh, shit. Brooklyn says they're from Georgia. Of course it starts in Georgia. I don't know what is in the water in that state, man, but that's crazy. It's crazy. So I will follow that one, too, because that's super interesting. And I have so many jokes. I'm sorry. I just have such a hard time feeling bad for someone like him. I really do. I know. I'm trying to be a nicer person. I am, but ugh, these people are just, ugh. next level evil. So, okay, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll continue to follow our YSL people. I'm going to follow this UHC killer. I'm going to keep up with Karen Reed, with Melly, and all the likes. And if there's anything else that you want me to follow, just let me know. I greatly appreciate it, and I will, in fact, follow it. Okay, I now have permission from Torta Mom to not be nice. So thank you, because as I follow the UHC guy, I ain't going to be nice. I have nothing nice to say about health insurance companies in the United States of America. So thank you so much for your time. Again, if you want to support the channel, hit the Cashapp or check out my Amazon wish list. Otherwise, keep hitting the thumbs up, keep subscribing, and I will see you next week. Thank you.